Hey dudes, Sylvite Soltis, back again for another installment of Memories of Vanilla, my reflective series about what I remember of my adventures in original World of Warcraft back in 2005 to 2007. Now that I've covered pretty much everything I remember from levels 1 to 40 on my main character, Sylvite, I think it's time to introduce my first and most played alt, Aoyamamotoko. Before that though, remember to subscribe for more videos when they come out. I try to make a new video every week, so be sure to stick around. But without further ado, join me as I take a journey from Shadowglen all the way to Elwyn as I recount the beginnings of my female Night Elf warrior's story. I don't actually remember when this story took place, but I know that it was before I got my own account. You see, back when Leica and I still shared our account, he actually decided to buy a second account so that he could level two characters together when he was playing, as well as to allow us to finally play together, by each of us having our own characters on the other account. And so, rather than me just getting my own account, we began sharing his two accounts. Yeah, I know, terms of service and whatnot. But anyway, one day I was over at his house, as was pretty common on days that I didn't work. The night before, he'd told me about how he'd gotten the second account, and so I came over to make my first real alt in the same place that I'd created Sylvite several months prior. Having played for a while at this point, I always thought that one race kind of stuck out a bit more than the rest, the Night Elves. So, while I sat at his computer desk, drinking a Mountain Dew in classic gamer teen fashion, I clicked that purple race and began making my new character. Similar to Sylvite, I wanted a female avatar for obvious reasons. Hey, I was 15. What do you expect? But anyway, I now had to pick a class. Since Sylvite was a priest, I thought maybe I should try something completely different from a ranged or a caster. And plus, I knew that most dungeons took warriors to tank, so my decision was made rather quickly. I was going to make a warrior. I flipped through the features rather quickly, finding a cool set of face markings that I liked, and I decided on a name based off of my favorite character in a manga series I was really into at the time, Love Hina. And boom! Aoyamamotoko, the Night Elf warrior, was born. I entered the world and was immediately greeted by the wonderful sight of Teldrassil, as well as the backstory of the Night Elves that I had never actually heard until this point. And when the screen faded and I was greeted with the user interface, something inside me told me that I was really beginning a brand new adventure. I ran around the purple forest for some time, following the instructions of the quest givers around the area, and slaying boars, cats, and spiders to my heart's content. However, after reaching around level 4 or 5, and heading home for the night, I had come to a decision. I was going to take my warrior to Elwyn Forest. You see, somewhere along my adventures on Sylvite, I'd learned that if one got enough reputation with the other cities of the Alliance, the other mounts could be obtained. I had already started working on Darnassus' reputation with Sylvite, which was probably a good part of the reason it took me so long to level, now that I think about it. And so I thought it might be fun to work on Stormwind reputation with my Night Elf. So, once I got back home, I called Leica up and asked for his assistance. Logging onto his account, I saw my new warrior standing in front of me in wait. I entered the world, and within seconds was whispered by my friend's mage. Was I really sure that I wanted to do this? Absolutely. With my response, he ran from Darnassus and met me right there in the starting zone of Shadowglen. Casting a portal, he He waved as I cheered in real life. I was going to level up in Elwyn Forest again. As a night elf. How weird. Well, that's how it felt at the time anyway. But anyway, that's the story of how Aoyamamotoko went from Teldrassil to Elwyn Forest in 5 levels, 1 hour played, and without making the infamous Wetlands run. I hope you enjoyed this short story of my first alt. Actually, Leica and I had played a bit on a couple of other alts before this, like an Undead Warrior and a Night Elf Hunter if I'm not mistaken. Although I didn't really pay attention to the opening cutscene if that happened before this. But none of those characters really ended up being characters that I played. Ao was my first and still is my only real warrior in World of Warcraft. And it was the only character that I ever actually mained other than Sylvite, which was briefly for Karazhan back in the Burning Crusade. The memories that I have with her are all fond ones even to this day. But anyway, if you enjoyed this story, remember to subscribe for more content in the future. Leave a comment letting me know about your first alt, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter for more updates when more content is released. Also feel free to check out my blog if you like reading. But until next time, take it easy, guys.